Hi guys, it's Wendy here from Wendy Wise Beauty. Thanks for stopping by. Today I will be talking to you guys about fragrances where I did not like the original but have found flankers that I have fallen in love with and have actually purchased. I will be starting with the new one from Prada. This one, it is called PRADA Virtual Flower and it is brand new. I do not hate the original Prada fragrance. However, I have never found it to be special enough that I should pick up a full bottle. I do get tons of samples of the original Prada or the Intense, and I do use them, especially in winter, because it is quite a dense fragrance. But for me, this was a generic department store fragrance where I did not feel I needed it in my collection. I am looking at my notes here. This is my notebook where I do notes on samples, fragrances when I get them. And I did review in my notebook Prada about, I would say, 2 years ago when this fragrance came out. And for me, I gave this a 7 because I thought it was a very generic department store fragrance which was not very distinctive. Guys, I tried this new Prada fragrance, this flanker called Virtual Flower, and I picked this up quite quickly. This has been available here for about 2 weeks. I went into the department store with a friend of mine. We both loved this fragrance. It is quite different from the original Prada. This is what the fragrance looks like. It is the same packaging as the original. And it says here, Virtual Flower. Honestly, guys, I did not expect this fragrance to react the way it did. When I went into the store to try this fragrance, I was expecting something completely different. The notes in this fragrance, the opening note, it's bergamot, then there is jasmine and neroli in the heart note, and then musk and ambrette. When I compare this fragrance to the original Prada, actually it could have been marketed under a completely different name. This one, it is much lighter than the original Prada. It is easier to wear and it opens a lot more. It does have some of the original Prada DNA, but at the same time, it is not the same fragrance. Prada Virtual Flower, compared to the original, it is a lot cleaner, it is a lot more floral, it is not as dense. The opening, it is very fresh, making this fragrance perfect for spring and summer. This can be worn all year round, and I can see a lot of floral lovers loving this one because the floral notes are quite pronounced in this fragrance. When this fragrance opens and it progresses, there is a nice dose of neroli, but the jasmine note, it is very present, it is beautiful, and it makes this fragrance very feminine. The neroli, it does appear a bit later, and it is a nice mix of neroli and jasmine. To like this one, it is necessary to like floral fragrances. It is quite different from the original. When this fragrance settles, what you get is a bit of an explosion of musk, and the ambrette note does add a bit of an ambery feel. There are no woody notes listed. However, there is a touch of woodiness in the dry down. It is not what I would call a soapy fragrance. In the dry down, it behaves like, I would say, you get this aroma of fresh linens when it is dried in the sun. I did buy this one quite quickly, and I never bought the original Prada because I do love floral fragrances, and this is a clean floral fragrance. and it is perfect for the hot summer that we are having. Another fragrance that I did pick up recently that I am liking very much, and I loved it enough to buy a full bottle. It is My Way from Armani, and I bought the Nectar version. The original fragrance, I did not like it very much because this had a pencil sharpener note which really bothered me. Fragrances can be very evocative of memories, yeah? And when I smell the original My Way, it reminded me so much of elementary school because all I got from this fragrance was this pencil sharpener note combined with bubblegum. This was for me a no-no, and I continued to sample this fragrance because so many people loved it. I found it to be very disturbing. It is so funny how I ended up trying Armani My Way, because when I was in the department stores, I totally ignored this fragrance. However, about a month ago, I had a friend visiting me, and she had her 12-year-old daughter who was running through the perfumery. And she came to me and she said, "Smell this perfume, you will love it." I know you will, because we were sampling Born in Roma. And I smelled this fragrance and I said, "Which one is this?" And she took me to the fragrance, and it was this fragrance, the Nectar version by Armani. I was so surprised at how beautiful this fragrance was, so I picked it up a couple weeks later. The Nectar version of My Way, it has the same signature, these beautiful florals that you find in the original My Way. I would say it is about 90% the same fragrance, but it does not have this strong bubblegum and pencil sharpener note. I love the sweetness in this version, and what I love most, it is this beautiful violet note. The pear note in the opening, it is very present, you can smell it, and I do get a bit of sweetness, nectar, and I do believe it is coming from the pear. Granted, when it is sprayed, it can be a bit loud and a bit very sweet, but in the heart note of the fragrance, the dry down, this loudness, it dissipates. The sillage in this one, it is a bit more than the normal My Way, but it smells so yummy and delicious. I do not mind it at all. If you are someone who has problems with this pencil note, this very aggressive bubblegum note in the original Armani My Way, and you have not tried the Nectar version, this is one to try. For me, this is the My Way that everyone spoke about that I could never understand. So I am very happy I have found a version in this fragrance that I absolutely love. The next fragrance where I absolutely love the flanker, and I was not so crazy about the original fragrance, it is this one from Valentino, Born in Roma, Donna, and this one, it is the intense version. The original Born in Roma, Donna, I did not think that this was a bad fragrance. However, for me, Born in Roma, this line, it is quite pricey, and the original fragrance, I never thought this was special enough to pick it up. I also could never understand the hype about this fragrance. When I sampled Armani My Way Nectar, I also tried this Valentino Intense. Guys, this was for me love at first sniff. I love the muskiness, the sexiness of this fragrance. There is also a hint of coconut in this fragrance, which is very beautiful. This is for me sexiness, sultriness in a bottle. I absolutely love this fragrance. I did pick up the new flanker from Born in Roma, Donna. This one, it is just called the gold. It is this fragrance here. I am wearing this at the moment in summer. It is a fragrance which is supposed to have a tropical accord. I do like this, and I would just like to mention in this video that this fragrance has gotten a bit stronger. This one, I have a full review of this on my channel. You can check it out. It is supposed to have coconut as one of the dominant accords, but this coconut tropical note, it is not as pronounced, and it is more floral than tropical. However, in this fragrance, there is a beautiful coconut accord. It is not listed, and maybe it is something else, a combination of other notes which mimics coconut. But this is beautiful. This one, Born in Roma Intense, it is more of, I would say for daytime, a more wintry fall fragrance, yeah, for cold weather. But for nighttime, this can be worn in any season. This is one of the fragrances from the Born in Roma Donna fragrances that I can highly recommend. It has also amazing sillage and lasting power. When I wear this, I can smell it on my clothing the next day. Guys, after I tried this fragrance, I really got interested in the Born in Roma fragrances. When I bought the gold, the new flanker, I was gifted what it is called Yellow Dream. I have not done a review of this one. It is also very pretty. So these are the three fragrances where I found flankers which were different enough from the original that I did decide to pick them up, of fragrances where a note in the original bothered me and the flankers are just perfect. If you've tried Virtual Flower, please let me know what you think about it. I did pick this up in the 30 milliliter. I do not need a lot of sprays with this fragrance, maximum 3. So it does have good projection and lasting power. And I do think the 30 milliliter, it will last me quite some time. I mean, with my perfume collection, if I use the new fragrance every day, I would still not go through the entire collection. So I think 30 milliliters for now, it is more than enough. Thanks guys for watching, and do let me know fragrances that you have where you love the flanker but not necessarily the original fragrance. Tschüss!